Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack vs. Speedrun Tournament 2025 Poochy Open. Head Turbo Organizer Cards of the Heart back with you alongside Tolker. And Tolker, we've already seen quite a few crazy matches today, but this one might be the craziest yet.
I am expecting very, very high things from both of these players, since I know both of them have a very, very high level of skill. Bbforky, which has joined the community not very long ago, has demonstrated his ability to really push up high in the leaderboards. And Forky is very much one of those classic veterans who sticks to their style and really pushes through. So I'm incredibly excited to see how this is going to turn out.
Yes, we are now to our gold quarterfinals, and to make sure that everyone is playing on the same format for their first match, this is still our popcorn level pick between our three earlier levels, and we are starting on normal. How do you feel about this choice, Tolker? It feels like the default to me, personally.
I think normal is one of the better choices, especially for these two who are a bit more veteran. I don't think they'll be falling as hard for normal's tricks of just getting random clears or doing some janky behavior simply because they are already more used to it. However, normal is always bound for a surprise, and I want to see how they're going to surprise us today. So it's always one of those popcorn picks that I feel can always pop it sometimes. Sometimes they don't pop at all, but it is always a little bit of a surprise when something really, really weird happens.
And again, as I said at the close to the open, before this particular tournament, normal races were being won at a time around 6 minutes 49 seconds per race for the prior two tournaments. So we'll see if either of these two can get close to that mark as we get our timers ready to go for game one of this best of three underway.
Let's go. We have some incredible players here, so this has got to be a show. And starting off right out with that 7 combo into a 2-4 and a 3 combo 4. Lots of 4s, not the best send from Forky's side. We have a 5 chain with 3 different combos from Beef, and that looks way healthier. And that dings for 14 seconds really quickly. The clear might happen for Forky. It does not lack, just stares at that 3 clear right next to its cursor.
So normal mode does have 11 stages. We will be seeing Kamek at the end of this run, and depending on the stage you get, you could see these opponents fall to either 6 or 7 lines of garbage. It kind of depends on how fast you're able to send things. Beefin did not have a follow-up right there. Fell a little bit short on that attack, but Forky gets a garbage clear and is going to be falling a little bit further behind.
Yeah, Beefin used, well, they're both hitting 21 seconds, so they're both pretty much on the same timer. However, Beefin did use every single block he had, and it was not enough because he missed some of his slides. As for Forky, he did get some extra blocks and made sure to make a healthier attack. Unfortunately, did get cleared because that's normal mode. You will get cleared no matter what you do.
And I don't know if you agree, Tolker, but in this matchup, we kind of have a bit of a set of contrasting styles, as Forky tends to know his limits and plays a bit more deliberately with the matches he tries and make. Meanwhile, Beefin has been on that PvP grind lately and has worked up that cursor speed a little bit more than most. How do you think their styles of play will affect how these two interact with each other?
Well, it's also funny because I've always seen these two as being the combo versus chain type of approach. Beefin, especially in his early days, being incredibly combo heavy when it came to his sends, and Forky always being more chain oriented. We see an 18 to a 13. Beautiful catch up from Forky there. I think he takes the lead a little bit. But because of this discrepancy between chains and combos, I've always been more of a chainer myself, so I used to like seeing Forky's play more. But I've learned a lot from Beefing, so I want to see how these two players are going to use their respective styles to push their advantage further.
Okay, Bbfin has sent a nice little, looks to be at least a 5 chain with some combos good enough for a 15-second stage. 15 seconds would be amazing to get on all of these stages, but you know, if your opponent's just gonna barely get to a match of your garbage and they're gonna get a chain off that garbage, of course they're just gonna waste more of your time. So Forky can only manage a 22 on that Froggy, but it is still a bit early.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of time for catch-up. That was a beautiful 8 horizontal clear from Bbfin to get a 15 seconds on that Tetris attacker, that Blarg. And we are seeing here Forky just dropping his chain. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up here, making a bit of a healthier attack now with that 5 chain and that 1 extra combo. Hopefully will be enough to get him a 22. The lead just extends right now.
Both players more or less getting around to what they are trying to do. Still somewhat on pace for a sub 5-minute Cave of Wickedness entry from both Bbfin barely getting through that lungefish unscathed. Forky not so lucky, I am afraid.
Yeah, getting that clear. Bbfin did miss his last 8 combos, so if the fish would have downstacked or cleared, it would have been catastrophic for him. 19 on Forky's fish, getting out of the way. Bbfin going all the way up to 6, playing it a bit safer now, making sure that no matter what happens, his enemy is going to be topped off. Getting cleared, sending a follow-up 8 and another 8, taking a lot of time, but clearing Raph with an 18 and moving forward fairly quickly.
Yeah, fairly comfortable pace heading into the cave. Forky is gonna get chained on there, and you start to see the problem with trying to go really fast in normal mode. Oftentimes, the attack you're going to make is going to land on your opponent right when they are making a match at the top of their stack, and enabling them to get a garbage clear as a result. And
Bbfin does not have enough and gets clear.
That's a rude hook, Bill. Going down to 3 lines. You don't usually need to send 9 lines to beat these normal opponents, but Hook Bill trying to remind everyone to expect the unexpected. And
it's one of the joys. It's one of the joys of these normal mode, that because everyone's used to consistency, normal does not provide. We're always being held to a random expectation. So we do see here Forky with a 20-second, making 5 seconds up on Hook Bill. Maybe a little too late. Well, just stay and watch and we'll see. 10 combo coming out from Bbfin.
Okay, the backup 5, the 6. Oh, not 2 rows. 2 rows.
The clear's gonna come with it. No, the plant cleared before it. He had a natural clear of purples that was going to happen. He cleared it horizontally before he could, saving Bbfin some time. Ooh, very
fortunate timing there for Bbfin. Bbfin securely in the lead heading into the last stage, but Kamek is definitely no pushover. Kamek actually learns how to set up chains, so if there's going to be any time waste in this level, Kamek is certainly going to be the biggest candidate to provide it. Although, Bbfin does have Kamek topped off here, and that will be enough for a 642. 642 for Bbfin is going to be enough to get star number 1.
And let's at least see Forky finish off strong here. Hopefully he will give either a display of skill or a very good timing. Send a very solid 5 chain with a 7 combo follow-up. Let's see how he's going to make this continue. Going down to 2 lines. Kamek does get the clear. Unfortunate for Forky. He is really getting cleared today from these normal opponents.
Kamek, can we not go down that low on our opponents, please? Oh, maybe Forky has to settle for a 728 after that. Now it is our defending Open champion up against it, against one of our most consistent competitors, and Forky wants to go, we'll go hard for the next level.
I think this is a wise choice. Hard is the closest to where consistency pays off the hardest. Easy also being a very strong show of skill. However, knowing Bfin's ability for combos, I think Forky realizes that Bfin might be a stronger contender there than in hard, which would lead him to go this route instead.
Yeah, hard, you will see the most consistency from these stages, from stage to stage, compared to all the other levels, and Bbforky wasting no time, just wants to get right into the proceedings as soon as we can. So here we go, 12 stages to glory. Bbforky will be fighting for his tournament life here. Again, one of these players will escape with just 1 point towards their overall major tournament seeding.
Alright, let's see how these players do. Both of them a little bit short on that first attack. Forky 1 line short. Bfin had to send a follow-up. 17 seconds for Bfin, though. His follow-up was strong. The clear from Forky being significantly longer than Bfin's for 24, him getting out. This is a very, very tight race. So let's see if in his home turf, Forky does get the distance he wants from Bfin. Bfin doing a very standard chain.
Yeah,
not really much in the combo.
Bfin failed to get right away, as some quick recovery does keep the stage at about 16 seconds. Both of our players will definitely be looking to get under 15 seconds on each of these stages 17. If they can.
That's 17 for Forky as well.
It does depend on whether these foes are able to get to various garbage clears or not. Okay, good improv. Even getting an 8 combo to top off that chain, that will be enough for a 13. That is what our players really need to be seeing right now.
Yeah, beautiful play by Bfin. Let's see Forky with that 16 with a 5 combo really quickly after the 4th.
Wow, that was close. That was close. That almost fell apart for Forky. Okay, Bfin
trying not to lose blocks here. A lot of color conflicts he's navigating through to be able to continue this chain. Following up with an 8, that might not be enough because of the already existing 4 combo there. The clear will happen for Wiggler. Nothing much there. There is enough in the backup. Oh, yep, that is enough for Wiggler. Yeah, 12 seconds catching up.
Nice.
From Forky. Beautiful. Beautiful stage from Forky's side. Just making sure to bounce right back.
Both players seem to be falling fairly conservatively with their attacks, sticking to 5 chains throughout. If you're more confident with your combos, you can go out to a 4 chain and comfortably beat most of these opponents. Although this Froggy, I don't know. Okay, Froggy, what are we doing? Ooh. What are we doing to Bfin? Going down that low has to be some sort of crime.
That was torture for Bfin, because that Froggy not only down stacked into the chain, into a clear, but also just had random clears that took up so much time from Bfin's send that was actually pretty on point. We have a few seconds being made up in Forky's favor, and we're going to be here watching Forky start with a 6 combo into another 6 combo into just a standard 3-4, and that's where he's going to leave it.
He barely got to a 4 chain, and because he's been so focused on 5 chains, as Bfin has continued to demonstrate and gets a 13 blarg out of that one. Forky's been trying to. Forky recognized at the end of that initial attack that it was not going to be enough. That's part of the the thought process you have to get into when you're playing at this level against these opponents. You have to at some point look at your opponent's stack and figure out how much garbage is going to top them off, and then remember just how much garbage you're sending, because this is such an overwhelming game to look at. There's so many things going on all over the place. You have to look at your own stack. You have to look at your opponent's stack. You have to figure out what your optimal chain should be. You have to figure out what your opponent's going to chain. There's so much to remember. It's easy to forget just how much garbage you're actually making. So both of these players be trying to be cognizant of that, and it is helping Bbfin so far. Don't look now. Bbforky right on the heels. That's going to be about a 5-second deficit heading into the Cave of Wickedness. Bbfin has the edge for the moment, but this is still far from decided, Tolker.
Indeed it is. And now we're going to be seeing Bbfin show up with his combos here, doing smaller sense, expecting the harder opponents, especially a Cave, to have a higher stack, not paying off for him, giving him a clear there for his lack of topping off. And Forky also getting cleared, also not topping off his hook bill. Both of our competitors here, unfortunately, just not making enough garbage for these Cave stages. Getting a tier 2 clear there for Forky, plus a ×3 chain. Unfortunately for him, he might just have some extra time wasted. Oh, and another clear for Forky, taking this over 40 on Bbfin's side. We have a beautiful 8 comboed into a lack chain. That was insane, and not only is it insane, it's more than enough to keep Plant topped off. If Plant drops here and stops clearing, it is over for Plant. It's going down as far as it can. Bbfin does not have enough in the back end. One more line is necessary. 2 more lines are necessary for the time. Giving.
That was going to be enough, but that was so harrowing. Like these opponents should not be getting that kind of low. Oh no, Forky still not getting the right initial send on these Cave stages.
It seems like he's working on a strategy of sending a small chain first to get cleared on, just to have the timing already being cleared, and then sending the rest of it to destroy the opponent at the end. It is an efficient strategy if pulled off correctly, but it will always be slower than just killing with the initial send. And that's a 13-second Kamek for Bbfin, who's moving straight on to Bowser, our final stage for hard difficulty, and maybe his second star. We will need some major Bowser trolling for this to be something Forky can come back from.
It's a must-win for Bbforky, and right now, Tournament Death is staring into Bbforky's face. I don't know if Bbfin is not sent enough on this attack. Gonna have to throw in another 3 chain to make sure that Bowser is topped off. But Bowser's like so out of position here. There's just no way he's gonna get to anything up top. That's why you send combos at the tail end of your attacks. You set up that situation where these foes scan from top to bottom, and they don't get to the top in time. And Bbfin with
popping off
with the well-deserved pop-off. The 732 is enough for star number 2 and the win.
Indeed it is, and finally clunking at 757, Bbforky finishing off this race. An amazing match, an amazing show of skill from Bbfin. That Bowser was very hard, still with the clear and all, and still he managed to keep it under 30 seconds. Very, very well done. High-fiving Poochy, celebrating on his side. This Poochy Open definitely blessing Bbfin as he's trying to get he's trying to get the Poochy Open tournament cup win.
Oh yeah, Bbfin definitely loving life right now, and with that 2-0 victory, he will be advancing to the next round and we will be seeing Bbfin play again tomorrow as the semifinal rounds, the final matches go underway.
I believe this is going to be to the winner between FFR and can't remember who the other person is. I think it's Ty and FFR.
Let's take a look. It is FFR Pro and Ty who will be looking forward to Bbfin, whoever wins that matchup. We're going to get ready to bring you that matchup in just a little bit. It is looking more and more like GamerX 459 and 6 will have to be delayed to tomorrow, but we are certainly ready to bring you one more pair of matches for the day, and it is time for the top 2 seeds to get together. Tolker, I'm going to be taking on Corey. FFR is going to be taking on Ty. Which matchup do you think is going to be the closer one?
Oof, that is a very hard ask. I think that probably yours is going to be the one who is a bit more distant, but Corey does have some skills, so if you don't take care, you might just have a steal happening. I don't think that will be happening, and I wish you the best of luck. I think FFR versus Ty will probably be closer.
That's certainly an interesting thought, considering I dropped a game to Tetris Attacker last month, but we'll see how this plays out. We will bring you those final 2 matches of the day and talk about what's going to be coming up ahead on tomorrow's show right after this. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025 Poochy Open.